Well guys, today I'm going to show you how to make this tiny but beautiful heart tapestry. And for starters, we're going to chain 9. For this tapestry, we're going to work with a simple Tunisian stitch, and instead of working onto the front loops or the front chains, we're going to work onto the back. And as you can see, there are these bumps that connect the chains, and we're going to work onto those. As you can see, this first bump we're not going to use because it's connected to this stitch, and this stitch counts as one. So we're going to jump straight to the next one, which is this one. Yarn over, pull, and we keep our stitches within our hook. That counts as 2, and make sure you count your stitches throughout or as you're working, because it has happened to me where I'm like at the middle of a project and I'm like counting and I'm like, no, I missed a stitch, and going back, it's very painful, very painful. And with our 9 stitches on our hook, we're going to chain 1 onto that very last stitch. So we yarn over and we pull only onto that last stitch. For the rest of our row, which this is called a return pass, for the Tunisian Simple Stitch, we have our forwards and then we have our backwards. And we're going to yarn over and we pull through 2 of our stitches, and 2 and 2, all the way down our row. So now for our next row, we're going to work only onto those front loops of our previous row. So this stems that you see right here, we're going to insert our hook. Of course, the stitch that we have on our hook counts as 1. We're going to yarn over, pull, and keep our stitches on our hook. And we only need 2 more. 1 and 2, and we're going to introduce this green color. So instead of yarning over with our yellow, we're just going to yarn over with our green. And it's just 1 stitch, so we drop it and we pick up our yellow and we just continue on to that next stitch. Always making sure that this piece of back yarn is nice and loose, just so it doesn't warp our project as we work. And then for our very last stitch, there is like these 2 little pieces of yarn, and we need to catch both of them. So we yarn over, we pull, and there we have it. And as always, we're going to chain 1 onto that very last stitch only, yarn over and pull through 2 of our stitches, and 2 and 2. Now here is where it gets very interesting. So whenever we have 2 different color pieces of yarn in our hook, we always use that second color. So we just drop our yellow, we pick up our green, and we yarn over through both of our stitches. As I've told you just a little while ago, second color, we always use that second color. And we pull. As it's just 1 stitch, it really doesn't matter. Well, it kind of does matter that the back yarn or that very piece of yarn is not super like loose, but as you work through your project, it will become very important. So on to our very next row, very last row that I'm going to do with you guys. So we're just going to work as always onto those front loops, only 3 stitches, and we're going to drop our yellow, pick up our green, and do 3 stitches with that green color. Nice and easy. Now that we are going to have kind of a little bit longer tension, we do want to have that back piece nice and loose. As always, chaining 1, yarning over and going through 2 and 2. Changing our colors when appropriate. And changing once again. And there we have it. As always, I leave down below the Pinterest pattern that I'm following, or of course you can always pause the video and get a screenshot of the picture on screen. And now I'm pretty sure you can continue on your own. This is just a small project, part of a bigger project that I'm working on. But yeah, now you're ready.